Hello children, Sai Ram. Welcome back to Social Studies class. In our today's class, we shall learn more about elements of a map. Children, in our last class, we completed two elements, that is directions and colors. In our today's class, we shall know more about symbols and scale. But before that, let us have a quick recall about what we studied in our previous class. Children, we studied about different types of map, and here we have is political map. Maps showing boundaries of the countries and states and the important cities are known as political maps. And we also studied about physical map. Maps showing natural features of the land such as mountains, rivers, plains, deserts, etc. are known as physical maps. So here we have two different maps. Children, this is map of India. Okay, but they are differing, isn't it? Why? Because this map is a political map, whereas this map is a physical map. Children, this map, that is the political map, tells us only about the boundaries of the country as well as the boundaries of the states. Okay, whereas this, that is physical map, gives us the detailed information about the natural features such as the mountains, the desert, the western and eastern ghats, the rivers flowing, etc. Okay, so apart from this, children, we even learnt elements of a map, that is we completed with the directions and the colors. Okay, let us see what are directions. One of the most important element of a map is direction. They are north, south, east and west. Children, here we have the directions. Okay, that is north, south, east and west. These are called as cardinal directions. Apart from this, northeast lies between north and east. Northwest lies between west and north. Southeast lies between south and east. And southwest lies between south and west. Okay. So these four directions are called as intermediate directions. We even studied about colors. Okay. Certain standard colors are used in maps to show features such as oceans, seas, mountains, plains, deserts, etc. Water bodies. Water bodies are always shown in which color, children? Yes, water bodies are always shown in blue. Deep blue shows deep waters and light blue shows shallow waters. Okay, deep blue shows deep waters, whereas light blue shows shallow waters. Now let us see what color is given for mountains and highlands. Mountains and highlands on the map are shown in which color, children? Yes, are shown in brown and yellow color. Dark brown shows high mountains, whereas light brown shows lower mountains and hills. Whereas plateaus, yes, yellow color shows plateaus. Here is the image of physical map of India. Children, here we have different colors, isn't it? So, brown color shows mountains. Yellow color shows the plateaus. Blue color shows the water bodies. And green color shows the plains. I hope all the colors on the map is clear to you, children. Okay. Now let us see the other elements of a map, that is symbols and scale. Okay. Now children, what can you see on the screen? Yes, there are few icons, we can say. Okay, where do you see these all icons? Yes, we see it on the mobile phone. So let us see what are these all. Yes, this is the cellular signal strength. This is cellular data connection. Then this is Wi-Fi connection. This is Bluetooth. Then this icon tells us about the location, and here is a clock. Now children, why in the mobile phone symbols or icons are used instead of text? Can you tell me, children? Yes, because if you use text, then your entire screen will be filled with the text, and even it will be very confusing. Okay, and the one who is not able to read or don't know English, so it will be very difficult for them to operate the mobile phone, isn't it? So mobile phone have symbols instead of the text. Similarly, even maps have few symbols. Okay, so here are few symbols, children, on the screen. It is very easy for us to understand. With the help of these symbols, we understand the map in a proper way. So here I have a symbol, that is aeroplane, and the meaning of aeroplane is airport. Okay, on the map, if the aeroplane is shown, okay, aeroplane is the symbol which tells us that in that area an airport is located. Clear? Similarly, service stations, hospital, hotel. The other common symbols are shopping centers, bus stops, toilets, telephone, then car park, post, etc. Now let us see what are symbols. To make it easier to show features and places on a map, certain standard symbols are used in maps. Okay, a symbol is a shape or a sign that is used to represent something on a map. For example, to show a church on a map, we can just put a cross at that spot instead of writing the word church. Now see children, here is a map. We can see the symbol of cross sign, isn't it? So this indicates that in the particular location, in that area, there is a church. Okay, so instead of writing the word church, the symbol shows that there is a church. Okay, so symbols make it easier to read and understand maps. Once we are familiar with these symbols, understanding a map becomes very easy. So children, even these are few symbols on the screen. Let us see. This symbol tells us or shows us about the boundary between the countries. This is another symbol which shows us the sea route. Next is this one, boundary between states. Next, capital of country. Okay, this is the symbol which shows about the national highways. PO is another symbol which tells us about the post office. Then next we have is this, which shows the other roads. Then PS symbol shows the police station, and then next symbol, yes, this symbol tells us about the railway lines. Many a times you might have noticed, children. Okay, next we have is, looking at the symbol itself, we come to know that there is a bridge, okay, in that location. Next symbol is, yes, like this. This symbol tells us about the river located in that area. Clear, children? Okay. Now our next element is scale. As we saw initially, the boy and his photograph. Do you remember, children? Yes. As the boy's photograph was scaled down, okay, similarly, we use scale in maps so that the larger area can be shown in a small piece of paper. Okay, a map rarely shows the actual distances between the places. Distances are shrunk so that the area being mapped can be fitted on a piece of paper. To be able to do this accurately, maps are drawn to a scale. The scale of a map is the ratio between distance shown on the map and the actual distance on the ground. Okay, children? The scale of a map is the ratio between the distance shown on the map and the actual distance on the ground. For example, the actual distance between cities may be 100 kilometers. Okay, the actual distance between cities may be 100 kilometers. Okay, but on the map it may be shown as 1 centimeter. Okay, are you all getting, children? The actual distance between two cities may be 100 kilometers, but on the map it may be shown as 1 centimeter. Okay, then the scale of the map is 1 centimeter is equal to how many kilometers, children? Yes, 1 centimeter is equal to 100 kilometer. Okay, similarly, if the distance will be like, for example, 500 kilometers, then what will be shown on the map? What will be the scale on the map? Yeah, the scale of the map will be 5 centimeters. Clear, children? So, this is called as a linear scale. Okay, and here is the example. Fine. So each division in the bar is 1 centimeter measured on the map and indicates 100 kilometers as shown in numbers just above the bar on the ground. Clear, children? So different maps will have different scales. So that's it with our today's class. In our next session, we shall know more about continents, oceans, and we will also learn how to locate these continents and oceans on the map. Okay, children, you will also keep your map book ready for the activity. Okay, till then, do take care of yourself. Goodbye.